Is the SMCI crash finally over, or are we heading for a second leg down? If you're holding NVIDIA, you need to watch this video, because the supermicrocomputer short interest just hit a critical level that historically triggers a massive squeeze. While everyone was distracted by the headlines, SMCI just dropped a massive Q2 earnings beat, smashing expectations by over 40%, yet the stock is still trading at 50% discount from its highs. Today I'm breaking down the exact short interest data and the specific price targets that could trigger a 45% move in the next trading sessions. So you want to know the truth behind the AI hype? Let's dive in. So here we are, traders, on this hourly time frame of SMCI, and we're going to be analyzing the time action a little bit further here. So currently SMCI is kind of stuck within a range here between $34 and $28. And we've been seeing here with our Trend Algorithm Pro that we've been having a lot of whipsaw action. So we get a lot of consistent buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, not a decisive trend. So what this tells me here is that we are slowly starting to accumulate, right? What this means is that sellers are slowly starting to get away from the price action, and buyers are starting to emerge here aggressively. So if we look as well here on the RSI, it's starting to bottom out here, right? We're starting to see a bottom on the RSI, which is a very good sign, and we have been approaching the levels of oversold. So what this tells me is that, from the highs that we, been declining on here on SMCI, a lot of sellers have been taking profits, especially now here we are, kind of accumulating here on this general zone. What I believe here is that SMCI is prone for the stage 2 markup phase after the overall accumulation that we've been seeing here in the price action. And I believe in the short term, it will encounter resistance at 37, but a rally from, 30 to 37, that is a very nice return of 22% here. Obviously, we may find that short-term resistance, obviously from that swing high here, from when the sellers, heavily added into their positions exactly at this general zone. But even though the price action can see some short-term headwinds, possibly like this, I do believe that we will continue to, see this momentum and then drive above finally this area of resistance here that's been, very, very prone to see and encounter those sellers. But if we can rally, obviously from here, $30 to 37, find some maybe short-term pullback, and then break above finally that resistance with an extensive upside candle, then the next levels I believe are going to be towards here. $47 here on SMCI is going to be the second level of resistance that we can possibly go long this name. Obviously, what I would do during these conditions would be put a stop around the most recent and relevant high or low. So in this case, let's say that we rally, right? And probably what I would do is put my stop at this most recent low that was formed here during the trend. And then as the price action progresses and gets even, further, let's say, for example, here, right? Let's say the price action is over here. Then what I would do is then I would come up and then manage my stop and move it closer to this one. And then as the price action moves even further, obviously in my favor towards the upside, let's say we are now here, right? We may find that resistance from the anchored VWAP. Then I would do is then move again my overall stop loss to that swing high again to keep the risk at a minimum level and still maximize the potential profits that I can gain from this trade, right, on SMCI. So if we zoom out, let's say towards even a longer term time frame, let's say the 2 hour, we do see still that the overall Trend Algorithm Pro is telling us that it is a sell. We had that sell condition here on this exact date of 7th of November of 2025. But, with the transition, that would, like I said, converted towards a buy signal. Kind of similar here what happened during this exact condition here where we saw that it triggered a buy, and that was a very nice return here, 31% only within 17 trading sessions here, right? So we are very sure of our Trend Algorithm Pro and the probabilities that it gives us and the setups. And right now on the daily, even though it's something that's a sell, if you look at the hourly, this extensive whipsaw action is just telling me that, sellers are slowly starting to kind of take their foot off the pedal, and that the buys are going to be coming in more aggressively. We can even look, let's say, towards a shorter term time frame, let's say the 5-minute, right? So what I would expect to see on the next trading sessions would be, let's say if we use extended trading hours, right? Kind of like this. So the next time it will be dictated under the following. We'll be looking at the post-market session. So let's say the low of the session, we'll put that as green to signify that there's a buyers there, and then the swing high of the session, which will be red here to indicate that those sellers are present. A break above this would be a nice day trade, which we can go long, probably come and retest and target the levels again, like I said, towards the highs of $31 and 31.23. If the level of support breaks, then something like this, we see candles like that forming, something like this, then we can go and short the name towards even levels of support. Let's say the $30 zone, which is a very important psychological level here on SMCI. But generally, obviously, we know that the short-term timeframes are not very stable. So what I would do is just wait for the hourly timeframe to come into alignment and go long this name, as we are seeing, with our Trend Algorithm Pro. Like I said, a lot of accumulation here, which kind of lets us know that there is lots of buyers slowly starting to come up into this name, and we may see a nice rally over the next couple of trading sessions here on SMCI. The bottom line is that SMCI is a massive battleground right now. While the headlines are pushing fear, the data, the 17% short interest ratio, and the value gap compared to NVIDIA tells us that the shorts are playing a dangerous game. Whether the 45% squeeze ignites tomorrow or next week, volatility is where the opportunity lives. What I want to hear from you guys, is SMCI a value play or a trap? Drop your price target in the comment sections below, and if you found this video useful, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And remember, don't let the markets whip you guys out. I'll see you guys in the next video.